Hello everyone, this is Lila once again, and I am talking with Ron. This is the second time with Ron, I think the third time. And Edwards, this is my first talk with you. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is pronounced Eckhart, so it's not, people call me many different names because they can't pronounce my name. I mean, I had everything from Epcot to apricot and Eric, and so yeah, the right pronunciation. It's an old German name. Eck means is the old German word for sword. Um, you might have heard the name Gerhard. Gerhard. Ger is the old German word for spear, and hard is just the word for brave. So brave with a sword or brave with a spear. Like Richard. Richard is also rich means king, and hard means brave, brave king. Richard. And, so the pronunciation is Eckhart.
Eckhart, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Eckhart, nice to see you here and nice to talk with you. So I have some question relating to English language. I want to know about the value of learning language because nowadays I'm learning a language that is English language. I have been learning English since my schoolhood, but nowadays I'm learning how to speak English like the foreigner, like the American people. So today I want to know the values of English language. You know, so what is the values of English language? It means in all over the world, if you compare the huge amounts of people are learning English nowadays, I'm also learning. And there are many groups I have been also following on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on Insta, on Telegrams. I have been also watching their contents, what they are sharing, what they are posting on their groups. So I want to know really what is the value of learning a language in your country, in America. So you may have been learn many languages. So are you learning any other language except English language?
Yeah, I mean, I'm from Germany, so it's I've had the privilege of growing up uh, next to another country already, Holland. The Netherlands is only 4 miles close to my hometown. It's a kind of a small village, and we speak a dialect which was very close to Dutch, or is very close to Dutch.
Mm-hmm.
So we can communicate with the Dutch people with our dialect, and like language always opens doors, right? If you only speak a few phrases, that already opens doors to people, to their hearts, their minds, and they feel like, hey, I'm interested in them. So the same happened when I was in China.
Mm-hmm.
There are many minority people there that don't speak Chinese. They only speak their own dialect,
Mm-hmm.
and which is totally different from Chinese. And I remember when I just learned a few phrases, and then I went to their village, and people were just absolutely, wow, he can speak some of our language, and some ran home and told others, and they all came, and just and it was just so nice to see that the language, when you speak the language of another country or tribe or minority, it immediately opens doors. You're accepted more. They can tell, hey, you have an interest in them. So you respect them, and that's, for me, that's one of the biggest values of languages.
Okay, yes, yeah, you're right. I give more value to learn a foreign language. So, I have also noticed many people are learning English, and especially for me, I'm learning a foreign language nowadays. I'm trying to speak like you people, like American people. So I'm following to the American accent. So the problem is that I think it's not a problem. We are thinking means our aim is means very great aims. We are thinking uh, I will visit to America, and there I will get a job. So I think the majority people are thinking about their careers. If they are learning a language, they are thinking about their careers. In my country also, English is a official language, so you are learning English. And if you are learning and if you are well educated, and if you learn particularly the English language, and if you complete the graduations also, we are thinking about our careers. So what are the career possibility if you learn a foreign language in your country? It means if I learn a foreign language, if I learn a American accent, so what are the career possibility in your country, Ron?
Well, it's going to depend on your education and your experience.
Mhm.
So, learning how to speak of the language and speak it well will improve your chances in whatever career you are looking at. I just wanted to say, Eckhart, I lived in Germany for 3.5 years,
Wow.
and I was in Stuttgart,
All right.
and all of my friends were Schwaben. So I learned German in a language school, but when I was out of the language school, everybody spoke Swabish, and that was quite funny. There's a lot more dialect in Germany than I also lived in France for a long time, and the French have abandoned most of their dialects, but in Germany, that was still a big deal to speak a local dialect. And but it's true. You said it opens up doors when you speak another language and you learn how to read in that language. You discover that other people groups don't express themselves exactly the same way, or they have certain ideas that are very common to their culture that are not necessarily in another culture. And I found that there were a number of words in German that I couldn't translate directly into English because it was specific to the German culture. So, yeah.
Well, you pronounce Stuttgart. When you say Stuttgart, I could hear right away you've got it. You
So okay,
no
so
accent.
what personal quality do you need to be an effective English learner in your country, in America? What personal quality?
Are you talking about having a career in America, or are you
Yes.
talking about the language?
Yes, I'm talking about the language.
Well, I think you have to persevere. I think probably Eckhart, I really admire you for learning Chinese. That is so outside of the European language group. And how long did you learn Chinese over there?
Yeah, I couldn't even say hello when I got there
Okay.
because I didn't want to learn it the wrong way.
Yes.
And but the same happened to me as happened to you in Germany. You learn the normal Mandarin Chinese in the classroom, and then you go out on the streets and everyone speaks a dialect.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes it's very different.
Yes.
So you kind of have to get used to that too. And,
Well, Lila, I would say that if you can go to an English speaking country, learning the language inside of the country where it's spoken is a great advantage. And I also learned German in Germany, and I learned French in France. And I had tried in high school to learn German. It was a catastrophe, absolute catastrophe. But learning to speak a language inside of the country, it's so much easier. Would you agree, Eckhart?
Definitely. Of course, it depends on your gifts. Like I learned languages much faster when I was with the people. Much faster than some people. I had some classmates. They loved studying, and they were very good, like with Chinese characters,
Yeah.
better than me. For me, it was more like first the spoken and then the characters.
Yes.
Right. But to come back to your question, Lila, I think the main thing, perseverance, of course, is very important. But the first thing I would say, you need to have a drive.
Right.
And you have to have without a drive, and without some interest and motivation and excitement about it, it will be very difficult. If
Okay.
you're not excited about it, it's going to be a pain in the neck.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's really the first thing. Um, I don't know why, but it's like whenever I hear another language and I feel like, I'd like to tackle that one. It's
Yeah.
kind of exciting.
Yep.
Like I said, then you just to communicate even in broken ways. I don't know. It's just and just to excite other people. When you speak their language, you speak German or you speak Chinese or you speak.
Yeah.
They get there's an immediate connection
Yes.
there,
So,
and the awkwardness is gone.
so
Yep.
Eckhart, now you are speaking in Chinese language. You are learning Chinese language.
Yeah, I learned it before, but it takes a whole lifetime to.
So,
Mm-hmm.
You will never master it.
okay. So have you visited to Chinese country?
Yes, I lived over there for
Oh, you are also living now. Are you living now in China
like
or you are living in
14.
America?
I'm in America now. Yeah,
Okay.
but I lived there for like 14 years or so.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you travel to others country, you also use your for the foreign language, or you use the Chinese language. It means you are visiting to China. When you visit to China, you use your own language, your own foreign language, or your means the Chinese language.
Yeah, just Chinese, because many Chinese they're not so much into learning English. I mean, they are into learning English, but it's very difficult for them.
Yes.
I met the area where I lived was a little remote. I met some English teachers that couldn't even communicate with me in English.
Huh.
They were very good with reading and doing
Okay.
exercises. They knew all the words when they read it, but they never had a chance to practice it much.
Mm. Mm.
So because there were very few foreigners, and
Yes. In China, you may have confined with many English speakers whose mother tongue is not English. So, what are the problems? Means problems for the advanced levels English learners. Those are speaking English. You may have find that in China.
yeah, the biggest problem, like I said, and like Ron indicated it, you have to be immersed
Members.
into the language
Mm.
in order to really make good progress or faster progress. And that's if you don't have that chance. I mean, I would motivate my Chinese friends. Find a foreign friend. Find a friend from America or England or Germany or so. And spend time with them as much as you can.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really the best way. Or even if you have children, get them foreign kids friends.
Yes.
And they will learn it. And I mean, my daughter, when we came to America, she was 4, and she could only say cat and dog. After half a year, I mean, it's almost, she just battled away, and suddenly, she didn't have an accent anymore like me.
Yep.
And,
It goes fast for the children.
yeah, they're like sponges. And
Yes, they are.
the younger that you are, and the more exposure you can get. That's really
So now,
best.
Eckhart, you are speaking Chinese language like the Chinese people, or you are not speaking like that.
Well, I sometimes when I call someone and I speak in Chinese, sometimes they don't notice right away that I'm a foreigner.
Oh,
And then I think, then you say something that then they can tell, and then oh, you're a foreigner. Like I thought you were Chinese. So if I have a good day, I might last for a minute or two without them noticing that I'm from Germany. So I think that it helped me to have a musical ear, to because Chinese is a tonal language.
Yes. Yes.
Sometimes people ask me, say something in Chinese, and then I jokingly say, "Mama, mama, ma," and they think I'm kidding. But it is a whole sentence. It just means mother tells the horse off.
Oh, really?
And mama is mother, right? Ma is a high
Yes.
tone. Ma is kind of low and going up a little.
Yes.
That's
It is
the
same
low
here in
tone means
India.
horse.
Yeah, same here in
Oh,
India. Mama is called mother.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah, and then ma means horse. Ma, it's not a high tone, it's a low tone.
Yes.
And then ma, you say ma, like a falling tone when you say no. Ma, that means to tell someone off.
Oh,
And so if you don't
Oh.
have an ear for the tones,
yeah, it won't work.
it won't work.
Yeah.
It will work, but with difficulties.
Yes, very difficult. Yes. So how did you remember the new vocabulary, the Chinese vocabularies? Because it's not possible to remember all the vocabularies also. So do you know,
Yeah,
Eckhart, how many large vocabulary in your own language?
In my homeland, mother tongue, I
Yes.
don't know how
Yes,
many
in your
words.
mother tongue. Yes.
Do you know, Ron? Do you know how many words are in English?
I know that there are a lot of zeros after the first number, but after that,
Yeah, I don't even know how many words, what the vocabulary is in English or in German.
well,
Yes.
and the language is always evolving as well, So,
Mhm.
there's probably a base vocabulary,
Mhm.
that a lot of people learn when they learn English. But then there's all the specialty words and the slang and
Mhm.
yeah, and that's true for I think most languages.
Yes.